Hello everyone. In this tutorial we are going to solve the algebraic expressions questions in our WASSCE June 2014 and November 2014. Objective question 18 June. If x minus a is a factor of bx minus ax plus x squared minus ab, find the other factor. Objective question 37 June. Subtract half into brackets a minus b minus c from the sum of half into brackets a minus b plus c and half into brackets a plus b minus c. Objective question 37 November. Simplify 1 out of the expression x plus 5 minus 2 into brackets x plus 2 out of the expression x squared minus 25. Objective question 39 November. Find the common factor of into brackets 9r squared minus 16s squared and into bracket 12r plus 16s. Objective question 45 November. Simplify m squared minus r squared. M squared minus n squared divided by n minus m. Theory question 1a November. Factorize completely m squared minus 2mn plus n squared minus 9r squared. Now let's dive into our solutions. Objective question 18 June says that there is a factor which is x minus a, so we should find the other factor from the expression bx minus ax plus s squared minus ab. This is an algebraic expressions of 4 terms. So here we are going to group them in pairs and continue with our factorization. But assuming we consider bx and ax, of course we have a common factor of x, but when we group the next two, which is x squared minus ab, there is no factor other than 1. Henceforth we can use these first two factors, that's bx and ax, and the last two, but we can try another pair factors and see. So we can pick bx, then we come to x squared, so plus s squared, then we group them as 1, then we come to negative ax and negative ab. So I'll factor the negative out, so we'll get negative into bracket ax plus ab. We then continue by finding the greatest common factor in each group, that's the group inside the bracket. Bx plus x squared, the common factor will be x. Then x goes into bx, or bx divided by x, we'll be left with a b. Then plus x squared divided by x, we will be left with an x. Then we move on to the next group, which is negative ax plus ab. The common factor, we have a here and also have another a here, so we can factor a out into brackets. A goes into ax, we will have x. Then a goes into ab, we have b plus b. So we can see that inside our brackets we have b plus x and x plus b, and by the law of commutativity, b plus x is the same as x plus b. So we can continue by factoring b plus x as we have here, and we will have x minus a also in our next bracket. So this will be the solution to the factorization of the expression bx minus ax plus s squared minus ab. But in the question we were told that one of the factors is x minus a as we have here, hence the other factor will be b plus x. So that's our option that we are going to select. Objective question 37, June. We have been tasked to subtract half a minus b minus c from the sum of half into brackets a minus b plus c and half a plus b minus c. So our first thing we are going to do, we are starting from the sum. So sum will be equal to half into brackets a minus b plus c plus half into bracket a plus b minus c. With this, since they have the same denominators, we are going to pick one of them, which is 2. Then we add the numerator, the two numerators, which we have a minus b plus c, then plus a plus b minus c. We simplify. A plus a will give us 2a, negative b plus b. Each can cancel the other. So negative b plus b will give us 0. Then c minus c will also cancel each other. So we'll be left with 2a over 2. Then 2a divided by 2. 2 can cancel 2. Then we'll be left with an a. So the a is an answer from the sum of the two given expressions. Now we are going to find the difference between the sum, which we had a. So a minus, let's come back to the expression, which is half into brackets a minus b minus c. So we are going to subtract that from a. So half into brackets a minus b minus c. Here a is also divided by 1. So we find the least common denominator, and that one will be 2. 1 goes into 2, 2. Then 2 multiplied by a, we are going to get 2a. Minus 2 goes into 2, 1. So 1 times the content of the bracket, which is a minus b minus c. When we expand the bracket, we are going to get 2a minus a plus b, the negative times negative c, plus c divided by 2. Then 2a minus a will give us a, then plus b plus c divided by 2. And that will be our final answer. Objective question 37, November. We have been tasked to simplify 1 over x plus 5 minus 2 into bracket x plus 2 over x squared minus 25. So our first step, we are going to find the least common denominator. Well, let's check something and see. When you look at the denominator for the second term, we have x squared minus 25, which is a difference of 2 squares. So we can re-express that one as x minus 5, x plus 5. So we can see that this x plus 5 at the denominator over here is embedded in x squared minus 25. So when we are picking the least common denominator, we are going to pick the x squared minus 25, because that x squared minus 25 can divide itself, and also x plus 5 can also divide x squared minus 25. So our least common denominator will be x squared minus 25. Then we start the work. X plus 5 goes into x squared minus 25. What it means is that x squared minus 25 divided by x plus 5. And x squared minus 25 is x minus 5, x plus 5. So one of the x plus 5 will cancel the one at the denominator. So the denominator will cancel the numerator one. Then we'll be left with x minus 5. And that x minus 5 is multiplying 1. So we are still going to get x minus 5. Then our negative sign will come. Then x squared minus 25 goes into x squared minus 25. It's 1. So that 1 multiplying 2 into bracket x squared plus 2. We are going to get 2 into bracket x plus 2. Then we simplify the numerator, which we have x minus 5 minus negative 2x, negative 2 times x will give us negative 2x, then negative 2 times 2 will give us negative 4. So divided by x squared minus 25. X minus 2x will give us negative x, then negative 5 minus 4 will give us negative 9, divided by our x squared minus 25. And this will end our solution. In objective question 39, November, we have to find the common factor of the expression 9r squared minus 16s squared and the expression 12r plus 16s. Looking at the first expression, we can rewrite that one as 3r squared minus 4s all square. Then this is a perfect difference of two squares. So we can factor that one by writing 3r minus 4s multiplied by 3r plus 4s. Now in our second expression, we can factor 4 here. Thus 4 can divide 12 and 16. So our greatest common factor will be 4. So for the variables, we cannot factor anything. So 4 into 12 will yield 3 multiplied by r. So 3r. And plus 4 into 16 will be 4 multiplied by s, 4s. So we can see that 3r plus 4s is common to both expressions. So therefore, the common factor is 3r plus 4s. In objective question 45, November, we have to simplify the expression m squared minus n squared divided by n minus m. Is our expression. When you look at the numerator, it's a clear difference of two squares. So we can factor that one by writing m minus n multiplied by m plus n divided by we want to rewrite the denominator in a way that we can get something to cancel the numerator. So instead of n minus m, I'm going to write negative m plus n. Then in our next step, we are going to factor -1 outside the denominator. So when we factor -1, we are going to get m minus n. So that when we multiply -1 by the m, we will get our negative m, which is what we have here. And the -1 by negative n, we will get positive n, which is what we have here. Now we have an expression like this. We can cancel m minus n with this m minus n here. So when we cancel out m minus n and m minus n here, we will be left with m plus n divided by -1. This is inside the bracket, which will then be negative into bracket m plus n. And when we multiply or expand, we are going to get negative m, negative n. So this will be our solution. In our theory question 1a, November, you have to factorize completely m squared minus 2mn plus n squared minus 9r squared. Thus, m squared minus 2mn plus n squared minus 9r squared. Looking at the question, we have 4 terms that we should consider whether we can group them in 2's and factor from that place. So m squared minus 2mn, we can get a common factor, which is m, but between n squared minus 9r squared, there is no common factor. So if you pick m squared and n squared, we also don't have a common factor. Likewise, -2mn, then -r squared. So you can see that pairing them in 2's and grouping them will be a little bit challenging. We cannot use that one. So what we are going to do is that we are going to group the first 3, which will give us m squared minus 2mn plus n squared, then minus 9r squared. And we have this. We have 3 terms, but we can see that this -2mn, we can break it as -mn, which will give us m squared minus mn minus mn, then plus our n squared, then we have minus 9r squared. Now in this bracket we have 4 terms, so we can group again as m squared minus mn in one bracket, then minus into bracket mn, then minus n squared minus 9r squared. We have to cross check and see whether we are doing the right thing. This negative, when multiplied by mn, to give us negative mn, and negative multiplied by negative n squared, we are going to get positive n squared. So we are on track. Then between m squared minus mn, the common factor will be m. Then we'll be left with m minus n. That will be our factorization over there. Minus, now we have mn minus n squared. We can also factor n here. Then we'll be left with m minus n. So you can see that we have the contents of the bracket equal. So it suggests that we are doing the right thing. Then we can factor m minus n out, where we will get m here, then m minus n goes into m minus n, we'll be left with n. Then we'll have our negative 9r squared. M minus n multiplying m minus n. We are going to get m minus n into brackets, then all square minus 9r squared. It is getting great. M minus n squared minus 9r squared is a difference of two squares. So we can factor that one by writing m minus n. Before that, let's first of all express this as m minus n all square minus the 9. We will write it as 3r all square. Then we can apply our difference of two squares factorization here, which will give us m minus n in the first one minus 3r, then our second bracket m minus n plus 3r. And when you look at this, m minus n minus 3r multiplying m minus n plus 3r will be our final answer to the question.